make a brew with is a Kelly kettle. Just there we got full of water, hollow down the middle, yeah, and then a casing which holds the water and the whistle in the top. So basically, you got the firelighter bag. I've got also bits of cotton wool, but important to keep this bag dry. So, and then if I really get desperate, I've got a firelighter, but you know. But the main piece is either ferro rods, got some magnesium on the back, ferro rod on that side. It's okay, it's pretty cool. Basically what you do with that one, scrape off a bit of magnesium, then turn it round and then use the ferro rod to strike it. But that one's, because people borrow these, they don't always get looked after. That's not been very looked after. My favourite one is my little Swedish knife here. Lovely little knife, nice and sharp, but in the handle it's got its own ferro rod. So basically it'll light pretty much, make up a couple of shavings, you know, even they'll take a spark. It's a little bit damp today, but it doesn't matter. Cotton wool, absolutely brilliant. That always takes a spark. So all you got to do with a bit of cotton wool, always takes a spark. It's a bit damp. There we go. Took a spark nice and easy. Yeah, you just put on a nice bit of birch there. That's really good for getting fires going. Basically, just natural, flammable, oily. You know, I found that just down there. Just cut a bit off. It's a piece of dead branch. Bit very dry that. And then the other one, Vaseline. Works really good with cotton wool. So, normal Vaseline. You have it in your first aid kit anyway with your cotton wool. Dip a bit in the cotton wool there. Again, got a small piece of wood that should have used something bigger. Put it on here. There we go. So we go back to the. We're done with that. There it is. Takes about. Now the great thing with the Vaseline, it's going to burn longer. So when your wool takes its spark, there we go. But notice it just burns longer. So you can actually take that, pop that in your fire, stick your bit of wood in there as well. You can hear the water at the bottom sizzling away. I think I'll put it out. No, still going. There we go. There we go. It's coming alive there. Getting that. And when you're using any fire, always make sure you've got your next step going. So here's your kindling. So I put the kindling on. There we go. Okay, now we put the kettle on. Okay. Now there's a little vent at the bottom of the fire bowl. It's not windy today, but if you point that vent towards the wind, it will help fan the flames. And in a minute, you'll see it when it really gets going. You can feel the heat coming up there now. Put some more wood in through the chimney. There we go. Now, if you've ever used a kettle, electric kettle, 3 minutes, 4 minutes to boil. Not sure if I'll put that out. Oh no, it's still burning. Just put too much wood in. There it goes. Smothered it a bit with too much wood. Let's put it back on now. Some fire holes. Air can get in. it away. Dry. Well, you never know, it's just had a thunderstorm, we might get a lot more. There it is. Give it a few seconds, a little bit. All the way. Well, the next job is to try this baby out. The Afghan, Afghan Kazan, some people call them. It's actually a pressure cooker. Basically, you can see I've actually just got my vegetables in there, use it for storage, but the weather's been so bad today, I wasn't going to have a barbecue, but the weather's that bad, everything's soaking. The fire pit I broke the leg on. We're going to give this a try on a tripod over this fire pit, which is just on every pitch on the campsite, which is pretty cool. The supply of wood here, just down the bottom there, is a big wood pile, so you just pay £7 and you can grab as much wood as you want. But in here I've got carrots, got potatoes, got everything. But what you do, basically we're going to put a stew in there, a nice bit of steak, some veg, and we're going to try it out. Not used it before, so basically silicone seal on there, it seals it up. Basically you put this on back on. In theory, hang on, we've got that the wrong way. There we are. So put the clips back on, tighten that down. This will then pressurise up, steam builds up, and you've got your little valves on top. These will hiss when it's cooked. You'll know when it's up to pressure because one of them will be hissing, or maybe both of them may be hissing. On some cookers, this little thing actually raises, and it doesn't do it on this one apparently. So, and then this is just the handle for lifting it on and off. But the main thing to watch on these is that before you take this lid off, before you unscrew it, make sure you depressurise it. And then another cool thing we're going to try is this. What's it? Petromax PTO 30, and it basically, it's a baked potato oven, cast iron. This is aluminium, by the way. So we're going to build a fire. We're going to put this on the bottom, build a fire over the top, then we're going to dangle this from the tripod, and hopefully we'll get a nice stew out of it within, well, pressure cooker, they say an hour. Let's give it a try. Just stop this. You know, you put the canopy up because it's absolute throwing it down. The moment you've got it up, the sun comes out. But look at the views. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Got the sheep over there in the field. Oh, here we go. Kettle's on the boil here. That'll take 2 minutes, that. Less than 2 minutes sometimes. It's 2 litres of water in there. It's time to find me cups. Where's my cups going? That's my cup brew. Right. Whoa. That wasn't cooked in proper. Okay, here we go. Find me cups. Ooh, and done. Right, now then. That's the kettle boiled. Literally, just a couple of minutes. Bit of smoke in the house there. Right, the way to set things off is by basically lifting the handle from the back. Don't go over the top because you've got the fire coming out the top and you're going to burn your hand. Once it's off, you can just lift it any hole down. So then all you do, top off the cork, use the chain, whoops, everywhere, and then just pour that into the cups. Simple as that. Next thing outdoors, you can be messy, it doesn't matter if you spill anything. There we go. Bit of milk in there. Oh, and then the proper stuff. Can't go camping without some proper stuff. Quick brew. Now then, we're going to get on with this stew, so we'll leave that. Have a brew first. Get in the mood for it. Prep the veg, chop up some more wood, and then we'll start on the tea. Okay, there we go. Let's just enjoy a brew each first. Everything in bags. It's been raining. normally have a tub for my sugar, but I don't know where it is. I popped it in just a food bag. But amazing how quick damp they get. Okay, let's have a break. Cheers. These things, we go camping all over the place. We end up on sites like this, and you get people and you watch them, and they're trying to get a fire going. And they've bought the big bag of logs from the campsite. They've bought a bag of kindling. They've got matches, they've got lighters, they've got this, that and the other. But they cannot get fires going. There's a couple of lads last year. We was down in South Wales, nice fire pits, lovely site. They sold you the logs, they sold you, you know, they make extra money on selling your logs, you know. A lot of campsites don't like fires, some campsites, they love them because they make extra money. But these two young lads, they sat there, they've got lighters, they've got matches, they got the kindling, they got the logs. They've just finished school, they've just done their exams, they're actually ripping their old school books up to try and get this fire going. It was quite funny. But at the end of the day, they've got this fire pit. And it's just a mess with burnt paper. They've got big chunks of wood like this in there. They've got lots of stuff going on. And basically, I didn't mean to do that. I've just had everything organised right. To get a fire going is really simple. You want it nice and clean. Now, it's been raining, a bit wet, a bit messy in there, but I'm not actually cooking in there. I'm cooking in a pot. So it doesn't really matter what's in there. It doesn't really matter what wood you use because the food is away from the smoke. Now, you tend not to use soft woods when you're cooking. If you're going to put a grill on the top and you're going to cook yourself a steak, stay away from soft woods. Don't use old pallets, don't use things that have been painted, because whatever that wood's been treated with is going to get on your food, and there could be chemicals in there. So if you've got treated wood, don't cook your steak over it. Just stay away from soft woods. There's a saying, if it's got a cone, leave it alone. Now, pine cones and a kelly kettle are absolutely brilliant. You just walk around the woods, just like where we are now. I mean, these are oak trees, but some pines up there. Pine cones everywhere. Whoops, we're getting dripped on. Under an oak tree, right? So you fill, you know, you just pop pine cones down the chimney. They burn like anything. They burn really hot. You get in a brew in minutes. Forget the gas. I've not took gas away with me for ages. I only use the kelly kettle. As long as unless you're on a really clean site where everything is super modern, you can just find bits of twigs just like these that are under here. All this lot is going to make you a brew. It's dry, it's dead, it's great. So that in your kelly kettle's great. Now then, lighting a fire is super simple. Now, I haven't got a lighter, okay? Most of you guys will have a lighter. Mine's run out of gas, okay? Just come away, try to light a cigarette before, boom, no gas. Right, so what we're going to do, I'm actually going to use, this is with me all the time, it just sits in the back of the car. Like I said, ferro rods, absolutely brilliant. Nice sparks on them, you know, fairly cheap, pick them up for a tenner. This one belongs to Samantha's granddaughter, but it's ended up in here. I've got lots, you know, I've took lots of people away. You know, this is it's been battered, that one. It's best if you've got a nice straight edge, and it's not a thick, you know, I like a 10mm, something like that. But at the end of the day, what I tend to use all the time, probably the only thing I use, you just saw me use it on the kelly kettle, is this Swedish knife. I use the back edge on the ferro rod. It's worn out. I've had that, probably had that 6 or 7 years, and it's still going. So what I'm going to do, like I said, I've got no lighter, but you've got a lighter and you want the fire going, use a fire lighter. You only need a small amount. I've seen people putting half a box of fire lighters in. You only need a small amount. That's all you need. I'm actually going to use that, but I'm going to get my flame from the ferro rod because I haven't got a lighter. So I'm actually just going to use a bit of cotton wool. I've always got it. It's always in my first aid kit. you could actually get a piece of cotton wool. This is a pretty good tip. And you can get, if you're low on fire lighters, I mean, you can use birch bark, you know, this stuff is great. I mean, let's use a bit of that. Get a fire lighter, crumble it up. Now the reason I'm doing it on this, because I want my fire in there. Now to try and light a fire in there with me ferro, problem is it's very hard to get in there, so I'm going to light it outside. I've just got a piece of birch bark, and with that piece of birch bark I can place that in there, then start building on the fire, and that's the main important thing. You've got a lighter, just place your fire lighter in there, you know, then you can build, and it's simple. But people struggle, okay? So probably my favourite way, I tend to use birch bark, but this isn't great, you know. I just found it over there, but I'm just gonna, I don't know, let's go. We've got a bit of fire lighter on there. I did have a tub of Vaseline a minute ago. It's in there, you know. You can, running out of things to, you'll be surprised where you can find cotton wool in your, well, I can't even get that off. Right, so we've got a bit of crumbled fire lighter. All I'm going to do, I'm going to get my ferro rod, there it is, and all I'm going to do, quick strike, near the handle, there we go, we're lit. Now I'm going to transfer that over, there we go, okay. Now this is where the fire lighter is. You're going to use a fire lighter, you've got your lighter, set fire to your fire lighter. Now it's simple as anything. Don't throw loads of wood on it. Just basically, when I'm teaching someone, I call it a Jenga fire. You know, you've all played Jenga. Build your blocks up like you're playing Jenga. Yeah? You don't, what happens is, you put too much stuff in there, you end up smothering the fire. And basically, it burns out, and you've lost your fire. And the more stuff in there, the fire's got to breathe. Now with a Jenga fire, it's gonna let air in. It's gonna breathe, it's gonna, let's get rid of that, don't need that. That is just one tiny bit of fire lighter. Just let it go, let it go. Put a bit more Jenga on, there we go. A bit more Jenga. Jenga, I like that word. When I was teaching my lad, he was about 5 years old. Can we do a Jenga fire, Dad? He loved building Jenga fires. Right, and then we're going to put some more wood across. Now, we're going to put this on, but we're going to hang it from a chain, because I've got nothing to put over the top of this. This is going to be pretty heavy. There's a gauze that was on the fire. Someone's left behind. And I don't kind of fancy putting me brand new. Never used it in the wild, and I'm going to hang it from a chain. It'll be cool. It'll work. It'll work. I'm not even going to do anything fancy. All I'm going to do, chop up some vegetables, boom, bang them in with a bit of hot water, probably an oxo cube, bit of Worcester sauce, and I've got some steak there. I'm going to put that on the top, and it's going to be like a stew. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a little bit extra, because the weather forecast for tomorrow is pretty rubbish. Apparently it's going to, I was throwing it down today, we had a massive thunderstorm, but I'm going to do a bit extra. And what I'm going to do, I've got some dried beans in the tent. I'm going to put some water on them beans and let them soak overnight. I'll quickly cook them up, and bearing in mind what will be in this will be already cooked. So I'm planning on making a chilli. Yeah, cook a bit extra, then I've got the base stock, add some chilies to it, bit of tomatoes, some beans in it, and tomorrow night we're going to have a right good stew. Not stew, chilli from tonight's stew. That's a great thing when you're camping. People bring tins with them. I hate tin food. I like fresh food. You know, when Mum used to go in a caravan, and it's like, she'd take tin potatoes, and I'm like, Mum, why have we got tin potatoes? Oh, we're in a caravan. We're in a caravan. We've only got a gas stove. Mum, you've got a stove at home. It's the same. But for me, I'm in the woods, in the middle of nowhere. I can see firewood everywhere. You know, I can cook. I like to cook. Anything I can cook at home, I'm going to find a way. I've done a full roast chicken. I've hung it in a tree in a big coffee tin with some charcoal in it. By the way, if you want to watch some more of these videos, if you just click that like button and the subscribe button. This is a new channel. We started it off our trip to Egypt last month, 3 weeks exploring, backpacking. It was really cool. Now we've been doing this for years and years and years. We took people away with us. I've taught people how to survive out here. We're on a mountain. We're actually on Mount Snowdon, on the Beth Gellit side, and we're going to get this food on and let's go and explore. So Jenga fire going. I'm just going to add a bit more to it. There we go. And all I'm going to do is just let this start burning while I start prepping the dinner. Oh, they're a bit long, some of these. I should have chopped them up, by the way. Whenever you're building a fire, make sure you've got all your wood prepped to do your tea, because you're halfway through cooking your dinner and then all of a sudden you run out of wood, and then you've got to go and scrounge it. It goes out, your food's gone cold, and you've got to start again. So always have wood, have it pre-prepped, or once you get your food on, if it's going to take you a while, well, you can just prep some more. I mean, I can just walk over here, grab all them branches. They're probably wet, but once this is going, it won't really matter. So yeah, that's going quite well, that. Just throwing bits on here. Just leave it. That's the thing. Start messing about, start blowing it, you're going to blow it out. You know, give it time. There's plenty of air getting in there. Bearing in mind it's a bit damp in the bottom. The wood's a bit damp as well. But yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm just going to leave it as it is. Now let's get on prepping the veggies. Well, I'm going to prep the veg, and then once I've prepped the veg, I'll bring you back and show you how this thing works. Okay. Right then. So, peeled it. Okay. Didn't put it on video. Everybody knows how to peel vegetables, you know what I mean? Right, so what I'm going to do is just basic ingredients. I've got a bit of meat, a bit of beef, first beef, some suet in there. It would have came with the beef, but anyway. We've got a bit of diced beef, not much of it. But there's only the two of us, and we're going to hopefully have a bit for the stock for tomorrow night's tea as well. Probably throw some more meat into that. We're going to have a chilli. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to mess about with this. I'm just going to, I've got some potatoes, I've got some carrots, I've got an onion, a bit of garlic. I did have some chili somewhere, but I can't find them. Don't know where they are. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to throw, oh, this is the pot, by the way. So there's your aluminium pot. A Afghan Kazan, okay, or Afghan cauldron. They're produced sort of in the Middle East. Put water in there, tip that out. Quite simple. You've got the cauldron, very, very thick, made of aluminium, okay. Then on the lid, you got the handle. When you get it, these are not on it, so basically these are in a plastic bag, okay. You pop them on like that, simple as, okay. So they're on, okay. The handle will become, it won't be attached, so all you do is screw that in, yeah. There's a seal. Now, this is not an advert. I bought this. I actually bought it from Lithuania, okay? Reason being, I'd seen them in the UK, and they were like 250 quid. And I couldn't justify spending 250 quid for what I'm going to use it for. So I started Googling online, and I realised that by buying it abroad, yeah, maybe a bit risky, some people might, but I thought, well, you know what? Anyway, it was £69 for the same pot I can buy on somewhere like eBay for £250, or second hand, £140. Now, I can't justify that. That is second hand. This is brand new, and this is 60 or 70 euro converted. You know, it was a bit dear on the postage. It was 30 quid postage, but at the end of the day, that's 90 quid. So I've got a pot, 90 quid instead of 250 quid plus postage. So I'm happy with it. It's good. It's exactly what everybody else has got, and to me, I got it at a bargain price. The only thing I made a mistake on was the size. It's huge. Now this is an 8 litre pot, yeah. When you buy them, a third of it is for the pressure, okay. So it's an 8 litre pot, so technically you can make 5.5 litres worth of food. Now, yeah, I do take people away, I do cook for everyone, that's great when I've got loads of people with me, but for the two of us, this is a little bit big. So I wish I'd have bought the 5 litre pot. Now they do come in 3 litre, 5 litre, 8 litre, 10 litre. They go right up to 40 litres. They must be absolutely huge. But if you do a bit of Googling, in these countries like in Afghanistan, all that area, and they used a hell of a lot in Eastern Europe, hence I bought this from Lithuania. They cook for big families and they do everything from rice. Now I'm going to try doing lots of different things. I'm going to try experimenting, just like I did experiment with everything else. Kelly kettle, hobo stoves, you name it. I'm trying it, I'm playing with it. I love being out here, that's what I want to do. If you want, like I say, new channel, we've not got many videos out there, but if you click and subscribe, that way you get notified when we put a video up. That's if you like what you see. If you do like what you see, make a comment. If you don't like what you see, or you think I can improve something, make a comment anyway. It doesn't really matter. You know, new channel, I want to build it. Okay. Yeah. So YouTube channel, it's called Discover the Wonders. Okay. So you'll see it. All right. Anyway, let's get back to this now. Then, I'm not going to mess about. I'm just going to do the most basic thing I can possibly do. That's cook some veg. That doesn't come in tins because I hate tin food. Right, get rid of the potato peeler. Right, okay. Before anybody goes on, yes, it is a public space. And my knife isn't kind of legal as such, but this is bushcraft. I can have any sort of knife. I've got a cooked veg. I'm going to have a fixed blade cooking knife. Yeah, so, you know, you're going to leave comments about, oh, that knife's illegal, it's this, that, and the other. When you're doing bushcraft, you need a knife. You know, it says 3-inch, non-locking blade, fold-away blade. It kind of becomes impractical. You know, when you're using, you light a fire, you know, you got your knife there. You know, this is a full handle, a full tango, so they say. When you're lighting and using your ferro rod, you're using the back of your blade. Okay, now if you've got a knife that folds up, it's going to fold into you. So, yeah, and it's not so allowed to lock. So how do you do that? Yeah, you could use the blade, but that's going to mess your blade up. So anyway, yeah. So, but there's lots of, leave comments down below on what you think about the legality of knives. I understand what's going on in the country right now with all these stabbings is absolutely disgusting. My kids were taught at an early age. They had, first thing, you know, when they got sort of 10, 11, I went out and bought them one of these Whitby knives. Absolute cracking little knives. But they never carried it. It was always in the rucksack when we went camping. They only ever had it on camp. I'd actually take it off them when, obviously, when we got home. But they learnt to light fires, and that fire's burning away nicely there. But I want it to die down a bit because I'm going to put the potato oven in as well. So we don't want the full fire. Anyway, let's get back on with this. Let's cook. Right, so that's the lid. You got your valves, you know, go through there. And then this basically locks it all down, and that's what gives you your pressure. So yeah, this is a bit too big for what I'm going to cook in it. But it's going to work, and it's going to cook a lot quicker than your standard Dutch oven. I love my Dutch oven, cook the full chicken, everything. Right, quickly, I'm just going to chop these up, bit of garlic. I'm not going to mess about, I'm just going to chop it up, nice and freely, not fine chop it, you know what I mean? There we go. Do you know what, I'm going to use a bit of this on the knife, it's a bit easier. Get rid of that plastic pit that protects the blade. Right, just throwing it in. So, there we go, ends off the carrot. No messing about. I'm just going to chop it raw. You know, it's going to be in there. They say, you know, it's speeds the cooking up by 70%. 70% faster. Well, it's more than that, because I know when you try and boil veggies, it takes forever. So just throw them in there. So get rid of the ends. Like I say, great thing about being indoors, you know, things are flying off everywhere. You can just give it a quick wash. Well, there goes another one. Right, there we are, there's the carrots. I'll pick them up off the floor and I'll just give them a quick rinse. I'm not bothering. It's only us eating it. There we go. Again, potato. Now, I don't want them too small. I had a swede and I don't know what but yeah, I'm going to put some swede in this. It must be in a tent somewhere. Tomorrow I'm just going to have tomatoes, I'm going to have some chilli, I'm going to have some chilli powder. I don't know what meat I've got with us. It's all in the freezer bag. Great way of keeping meat. When you're camping, you're out for days, and there's no shops. I mean, we're on a mountain, I can't just pop down the shop and go and buy something. You know, you're talking a good 15 miles to the nearest little shop. Whoa! Never mind the Tesco's. The nearest Tesco, I think, is about 40-50 miles from here. You know, it's in Porthmadog. Right, there we go. Let's get this onion out. No messing about, just chop it, just get it out. There we go, just rip that skin off, there we are. Same with that one. Throw that in there. So basically, all we've done, thrown it all in. Okay. The Kelly kettle, I think, is just boiled. We're just going to add water in, out the Kelly kettle. Yeah. Ooh, cut them a bit small, but never mind. It'll do. It's just rustic, you know. That's the thing about camping, you want something nice and warm. Something, I don't know, fills you up. You know, the simpler it is, the better. But the nice thing is here, there's no wastage. You know, I've not got tins left over. This, just end up on the fire. You know what I mean? I'm not taking rubbish, I'm moving. Okay, we've got the big tent because we're actually going to stay here for a week or so. Because it's a lot we want to explore. It's kind of a bit of Wales we don't get too much on. You know, Gwynedd is such a lovely county. It's probably the nicest county to me in Britain, you know. Anyway, right, so we got that, okay. So all I'm going to do is just give that a quick shake up. Now, if you see, this is why the pot's too big. It's massive. But I'm just going to put that in there. There's enough there for two of us for tea, yeah? I can put more in, I suppose. Now then, normally I would sear the steak. But I'm not going to, because the sun's starting to go down. So basically, I'm just going to throw it in, sod it. Get the knife, get it open. It came from Tesco. It was part of a big pack, I think. There we go, I'm just throwing it in. Right, now I'm going to put the meat on the top. Yeah, it's a bit finely chopped what I like. That's going to break down quite a lot. You know, so you probably end up with a, you know, I don't know. But basically what I'm going to do, once the lid's bolted down, it's going to have water in it. I'm going to add some extras to it. Oh, what a Swede. Right, I'm going to add a Swede. Oh, I've got one behind it.
On the side.
Oh, there it is, a Swede. Right, there we go. Ah, look at that. Chop the bottom off. Yeah, that's how big should we have them chunks? Oh, I've put the meat in now, haven't I? There we go. Okay, yeah. Let's just trim it off around the side like so. By the way, if you're not very good at cooking, you want to just do a quick tea, you know, you're a student or something, just get a pan, you can cook this at home on your cooker, you know what I mean? It's just simple stuff. But it's good for you know, it's all fresh, you know, it's fresh. I'm actually going to throw in as well, I've got some broth mix, which is like dried peas, lentils, things like that. I'm going to throw a bit of that in. You know, there you go, bit of, just rustic, cut up. Roll that in. Never mind, it's going on the top. Cover it up with the meat. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to get some salt in there. There's the salt. Chuck it in. It's all going to dissolve and mix up. Yeah, a little bit of the old Worcestershire. See, it doesn't matter, you're outside, you're making a mess. Okay, bit of Worcestershire. Oh, I like me Worcestershire. There we go, bit of that in there. What else have I got behind me? Oh, Oxos. Tell this has been camping a lot, look how rusty it is. There we go, very old tin, few Oxos in there. Again, can't put this in the fire, the wrapper, because that's not going to burn, it's aluminium, so that'll go in my pocket. Don't go and recycle it, so throw one of them in. I might actually I'll see how it goes. I might put another one in later on. I'll have a taste halfway through and see how it's doing. And a few spices here. Paprika, I like paprika. Got to have some of that. Have a bit of that. There we go, a bit of that. Well, harissa. Oh, yeah, bit of spice, bit of heat. Yeah, harissa, a bit of heat. Bit of heat. Let's have a bit of heat. Yeah, a little bit of heat, not too much. Because I'm not gonna put too much heat in it. Because I'm gonna add chilies and chili powders tomorrow. Yeah, sumac. A lot of people not really heard of this. I'm travelling around the Middle East, and especially in Egypt, they use it a lot. It's a gorgeous tree, and it's got like purple flowers. And what sumac is this purple flower. And it's kind of a citrusy taste, and basically they pick the flowers, they dry them out, and you see this stuff growing all over Egypt. You know, you're going down that Nile, and you go, you know, it doesn't matter whether you're in Aswan or wherever, they're right down in the south, you just see these beautiful trees with this beautiful blossom on. And it's sumac, but it is a nice citrusy flavour. And I had this guide once, he took us, we've been on a camel trip, and he pointed this tree out, and it's sumac, and they use it all the time. Ever since I've come home, I constantly use it and everything. And this is a new bottle, so... Oh no, it's not. It has been opened, I've left the thing on there. So we're just going to throw a bit, you know, it's a bit like a lemony, it's a bit, you know, it just gives that citrusy flavour. So, I've got a lot of spice and stuff going in there. Oh God, we've got to have this. Have I put the paprika in? Yeah. I think, yeah, I'll put that in. So, and then we're just going to finish it off with plenty of black pepper in there. Loads of black pepper. And then all I'm going to do, I'm going to add enough, the meat's on the top, I'm going to add enough water. This is an experiment, this is just pure trial. I'm going to add enough water to just kind of cover the veggies, and then I'm going to check it after about half an hour. I'm going to let the pressure out. Check it after half an hour. If I want some more water, I'll have some more water, but every now and again, see, once the lid's on, I can roll it, I can spin it, it's going to mix it up. So all I'm just going to do is get some water from the kettle. Now, because we're in the middle of nowhere, a bit messy around here, right, the water around here, you don't know what, you're getting it from a tap, but you don't know whether it's coming from a well. So I always boil it. So if you're just having some water and you haven't got bottled water with you, just boil it. There you go, it's Kelly kettle. Now, oh, it never actually, oh, messy, there you go. So I'm just covering the veg, just up to the meat there, yeah? And then, obviously, you know, we're using the kettle, we don't mess about buying, we do have kindling because we're doing a little thing here, but usually we just find bits of wood, like them twigs there, we just pick them off the floor, and that's what we're usually making our brews with. That's what we're using all the time. So there we go, let's get the pot on here. Okay, so we got the pot. What we're going to do, we're going to sit the lid on. So these valves, yeah, to release the pressure, all you're going to do is lift these valves and it'll just go psst, let the steam out. Because you don't want to be, when that's all pressurized inside, I mean, you can see how thick the metal is there. When it's pressurized, like I said, this is not an advert, I bought this for myself. I paid a fraction of the cost by buying it abroad. What I'll do, I'll put the link of where I bought it from in the comments below. So all we do now, we just get the screw, pop that on there, and basically screw that down. Don't go mad with it, bearing in mind it's aluminium, so I wouldn't want to break the threads. And then all we're going to do with that, oh, I'm going to have to relight my fire, we were talking too long. But that doesn't matter anyway, because, yeah, I'm going to relight the fire. It's got some embers in there, it's nice and warm, but it's the bottom of the pit's nice and dry now. And I'm just going to hang this on here. There we go. I'm just going to pull the chain through. Obviously, when I take it off, I'll be wearing gloves. And then I'm just going to hook the chain on. And there you go. That's going to suspend nicely over the fire. What I'm actually I'm gonna lower it into the pit because this is gonna get red hot. So it's gonna warm the sides. The only thing is, you've got to be careful when you do take it off. This is going to be red hot. You need a pair of gloves. Yeah. So we've got that. Now then, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get a couple of potatoes, whatever you want to call them, totties, aye. Right. Let's just get a couple of spuds. Let's have a look. We don't want them too big. Oh, I don't know. 2 nice big ones there. Sod it. Take them horrible eyes out. And I'm just going to cook it a couple of times, not much. I'm watching. The thing is, doing your taters like this, you've never had taters so crispy. It's like, when I was a kid, there used to be like these guys on the side of the road, especially when I went to Blackpool, they had an old-fashioned Victorian potato oven, you know, on a barrow, and you buy taters off them, and they'd have all these fillings like chili or cheese or whatever you wanted. And, you know, let's lift it up here, it'd be easier. Right, this is the Petromax potato cooker, the PTO 30. They do a bigger one, okay? Again, this is mine. I've had it for ages. Now the thing is, what'll happen with these, you'll use them, and it's cast iron, and like anything cast iron, it goes rusty. So this has only been it went rusty, it got left out. We had a really bad storm when we were away last time, and it just got soaked, and we got it home, it was rusty. So all you do, just give it a wash, hot soapy water. You don't use hot soapy water on them normally, because what that does, well, what you need to do with cast iron is season it. And the way to season it, you put vegetable oil in there. You don't use animal fats or anything. Vegetable oil, coat the whole lot, stick it in your oven, turn it on, and you repeat that process 3 times. I was in a rush before we come away, and it had gone rusty. I only did it once, but it doesn't matter. There's no science in this game. 2 big taters, right? I pop them in there like that, and then you close it up, and then that locks. And when you buy one, it comes with one of these, you know, so you can lift it on and off the fire, you know, and if you want to open it, there you go, you're in. But it's locked, because that is going to go either in your charcoals. You can put charcoals on the top, you know, you can cook it in a barbecue, you can, me, stick it in the fire. Right, so the fire's gone out, and what I'm actually going to do, place this in the fire. Right, there we go. And I'm just going to relight that fire. There's a nice grate in there. I don't know what this is off. A wheel or something, I don't know. Anyway, and what we're going to do, we're going to build the fire over that. So we're going to have a jacket spuds. I'll probably have them for my supper. This is for my tea. Right, so catch you in a bit. Let's get the fire going. And then, do you know what? I'm going to have a wander around the site, because just here it's something pretty special, some really nice waterfalls. It's a National Trust site, this, and I'll tell you a bit more about it. Let's just get the fire going again, and off we go. Right, so fire's relit. Okay, we took too long before, just chatting away. Kelly kettle's on, so what, another brew. We got another bit of rum in it. So everything's ready here now. So yeah, I piled the wood up. The potato oven is in the bottom. It's going to take a few hours, that. Always does. Yeah, get them really nice, crispy, nice and really fluffy inside. Just leave it, forget about it for a few hours. Now this, it's all strapped up, it's ready. All I'm going to do, I'm just going to slide it over. You know, I'm going to support it a little bit first. There we go. Slide it over that fire. And what I'm going to do, that wood is going to burn now, and then it's going to drop into the bowl. I've got wood on the ready, yeah. So when it dies down, unlike last time, a minute ago when it went out, we can keep feeding it, okay? And then this, once it comes to pressure, it'll be an hour. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to have one day, because I'll tell you what, come with me. It's a beautiful waterfalls just here. So yeah, As this is burning, it drops down. I'm going to lower the chain to put it so it's just inside the pot. So it's taking the heat from the pot, but then it's taking the heat from the fire. Once it comes to pressure, basically you're lowering the heat. You don't want fire burning like anything, it's just going to boil your water off. So once it's at pressure, that's when it's doing its magic. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it, and what will happen is, these valves should start hissing. And once them valves start hissing, you know that's at pressure. Okay, and then if you pull the valve up, it's already at pressure. It's only just gone on, that's how quick it is. So we've just gone on there, that's pressurised. In that split second that I've just moved that over, listen again, I mean, I've got no gloves on because it's not too hot yet, but you can hear the pressure. So even though we're only cooking a tiny bit, I was a bit worried whether it would work, because we've only got a tiny bit of food, and really I thought I'd need a small pressure cooker. But that seems to alright. So basically I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to leave it like that, wait for the fire to drop in. I'm going to build a bit more fire, I'm going to drop the cauldron down meanwhile, and then come back in an hour and we should have some tea. But the sun's starting to go down, so before that we'll have a quick run down. Great sight this. River down the bottom. Get this river. Lovely. The sheep keep coming down to the bottom here and having a drink. They munch on the grass, they have a drink, and then you turn around. You know, you've got a conifer forest up there, evergreen, you know, come any time of year, that's always really green. You know, it's plantation forest. And you've got the mountains, the detail, you know, the landscapes here are truly amazing. Absolute, truly amazing. And if we just kind of walk up here, oh, someone's boiling. Do you know what? I wondered what that noise was. The noise from the river drowns everything out, but the Kelly kettle has boiled. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to have a brew. And then we'll have a wander around the site and see what you think. Catch you in a sec. Right. It's been on for half an hour. Now, I didn't lower it down because there's plenty of steam coming out. You know, after about 5 minutes, I noticed that a little hiss coming from the valves means it's at pressure. And they say cook it for an hour after you've seen the steam. So I've left it half an hour, but I just want to give it a stir and I want to see what's going on in there, because like I say, first time I've used it. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to depressurise it, leave it for a few minutes, make sure it's depressurised. I don't want to start unscrewing that because obviously it's just going to go. So let's give it a go. Quick sip of the glue. You taste that rum, it's good. Right, here we go. So, 2 valves either side. Now you can see one of them there. It's got letting steam out, so it's not going to explode. You know, it's got to let some pressure out, otherwise it's going to eventually, I mean, it's nice and thick, the metal, but it has got to let some out. So I'm just going to lift this, and there you go, you can see that. So I'm just going to keep it lifted up to relieve all that pressure. A lot of pressure in there. Now I was going to lower it, but I realised that height, it was doing alright. And I'm just going to stab the veggies to see how far it's actually cooked. Because bearing in mind, we've not got a lot of veg in there. I was a bit worried whether it'd have enough pressure or enough, we'd build it enough for the pressure to build up, but obviously it has. So we're just going to let that pressure drop. And I'm going to take it off the heat. Again, it's just, we're cooking on embers really there. There's no fire. The fire's, there is fire, but it's mostly embers coming off. Of course, you can feel the heat coming off the pot itself. So we might need more water in as well. So we'll give it a try. Like I say, first time. There you go, the pressure's nearly gone. And I'm just going to remove it off. So Catch you in a minute. I'm going to let it cool down, relieve the pressure again, and I'm going to remove the lid. And we'll come back then. See you in a minute. Are you recording?
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's cooling down. I thought I'd just show you where we are, because this place is gorgeous. So this is the other camping field. There's 2 fields. And this is, what does it sound like? It's South Field. Okay, we're in the North Field, next to the river. But down here, you don't get the noise of the river. So if you don't want to sit there listening to the river all night, I love it personally, but, you know, some people don't. So, and there's less midges down here as well. Up near the river, there's quite a few midges. Now, if you follow that road down, at that pathway, you come to this amazing lake. It is stunning. Only I'm halfway through cooking tea, so I'm not going to go down there tonight, but I might do another video on that. And then this is like the car park. So this is like where there's no, it's not like some of your campsites. I mean, there's a holiday cottage here, yeah, and now it kind of like it's got honesty boxes and what have you. So you come in, you get yourself a ticket. We didn't book. You can pre-book. I'd advise that in the, you know, the busier months, especially when the kids are off school. There's our motor there. Say hello, Samantha.
Hello.
Okay. Right. So basically, this is your reception area, which is kind of, you do see staff about now and again. Yeah. So it's got bits of information. You come in, you get yourself a tag, you fill your tag out, then you fill the form, how many nights you've been.
An envelope.
So, and then you put your money in an envelope, and then you post it in the honesty box, which is pretty cool, yeah? We didn't turn up till late, we just moved on, set the tent up, and helped ourselves. The prices are on here. So it's £10 a night per adult, £5 for children under 16 as long as they're accompanied. DOFE groups.
Duke of Edinburgh.
Yep, Duke of Edinburgh. £7.50 per student per night. Firewood, £7 per night. Tumble dryer, there is a tumble dryer here, it's over there, is £1. And then they've got a freezer. So you can get your freezer packs in, which we've been struggling because our food's starting to defrost. Now we get our freezer packs in, great, our food stays frozen for another couple more days. So right, let's just go and have a look what else there is. Right, so here we've got the wood pile. So have you noticed up the top there, we wasn't going around collecting all our own branches like we normally do and cutting down bits of dead limbs off trees and things like that. Well, basically, it's covered in a tarp. It's all pretty dry, even though it's been absolutely throwing it down this afternoon. So basically, you pay £7 a night for your wood. You help yourself. You know, I normally bring my own wood, which I did. But today, I was messing about with that fire pit. I thought, do you know what? I'm going to use their wood and pay £7. Easy, isn't it? Simple. Right, let's have a look. Go some. Right, shower block. Pretty cool, ladies. Pretty clean, actually, for a site like this. It's and then you've got, you know, your washing up facilities. If you use it, I don't. I just use a bucket, boil the water in a kelly kettle, you know. I'll just go and show you the toilets. Everybody's fussy about toilets. Most of the gents. Nobody in here. Right. It's pretty clean. So, soap provided. You've got a shower. You've got a number 2. Your urinals, what have you. Clean. But staff are in, cleaning it pretty much most of the time. You don't see much of the staff, but then again, it's quiet. There's only one other guy here. So there you go. Now look at that. Sun's just gone down over the mountain there. Absolutely beautiful. Stunning views, very quiet. You know, there's our setup right in the distance. We've actually got quite a big setup this time because we're here for a week, so don't know. Now, if you notice, they're all nicely spaced out pitches. It's not where you've got guy ropes crossing over like you get on some places, especially on the bank holidays. I hate bank holidays because it's just too busy for me. I like it like this. I like it quiet. I'm not into all the banging music. But, you know, each little pitch has got its own fire pit. You're well away from the next pitch, but they've all got their own little fire pits. You got a little sort of logs around so you can sit down, sing your old gingang gooly gooly gingang thing.
Are they dot leaves?
Yes, they are dot leaves, so we can pick some of them and we can do some food with them because it's like spinach, it's lovely. And then of course there's our setup, and I'm going to show you something that's pretty cool. I'll just approach our setup. You can see, like I say, we're in a bigger tent, blackout tent, so it keeps us a bit sunny. You're not getting baked first thing in the morning. So there's the little fire pit, and obviously we've got the cauldron just sat there cooling off for now. You've got the river in the background. See, I love that noise. Some people don't like it. Well, let's take you a bit further around here because it's something really cool. And this campsite is at the very bottom of the walking path, you know. So anybody climbing Snowdon, well, the walking path starts here. Now, if you go to Clanberris and you want to climb Snowdon, you've got to park up, and the other guy who's staying in the other tent, just the little tent just down there, I was talking to him before he arrived sort of late this afternoon. He'd climbed Scarfield Pike this morning. He climbed Ben Nevis yesterday, and tomorrow morning first thing is climbing Snowdon. So to park at Clanberris will cost him, he says it's going to cost me £16 to park up, and I was going to sleep in the car, but I heard about this site. It's 10 quid a night, so he can park his car all day and he can sleep, and he put his tent up.
Have a shower.
But look at this. Look, Andy's had a shower. Yeah, because he's been roughing it the last couple of days, you know, and he's got all night. He's had a shower, got himself all nice and fresh, just for 10 quid. I like this pitch here. Can you see the throne? There we go. So you can sit there with your fire pit feeling like the king. I actually used this pitch once, but last time I came, it's absolutely full of midges and we got eaten alive. There's quite a lot tonight, but not as bad as last time. Well, there you go. Lovely river. There's trout in the river. Got sheep over there. Loads of little lambs. You know, we're at the end of May, so all the little lambs. There's a little one down there with its mum. But the waterfall here, let's just probably fast forward through some of this when I edit it. But you know, many a time I've had my breakfast down here, get the little barbecue, sit on these rocks here. We've got the bluebells. You see the sheep over there. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Just a few metres away from my tent. Look at that waterfall in the background.
Oh, it's beautiful.
That's gorgeous. And like I say, you follow this and it leads you up Snowdon on the walking path. Just after this waterfall starts the fairy pools, and they're really deep pools with waterfalls flowing into them. It's about half hour's walk, an hour's walk, but the thing is, sun's going down now, so the time I get there it's going to be dark. Let's have a scan round and see if we can get any closer to this waterfall. I know we can. There's the gate, which is the entrance to the walking path, and you find it on your map. You just follow the map round. You got the miners' buildings up there as well. They're pretty cool because obviously Snowdon's famous for its slate mines. But what a cool place to stay when, you know, you go up there, start off early morning, climb the mountain. That's what we did last time we was here. Lovely little pools. So green. This valley is just full of oak trees. You walk through it and it's just old oak everywhere. Now when it's been raining really heavy, when it was raining heavy this afternoon, but not long enough, you know, this really gets a torrent running down it. You know, if you've had a rain for weeks, and it's really something else. I'm just gonna click it off for a second while I get over these rocks.
Right, so shall we go back to the
Let's go and have a test of the food.
yeah.
Oh well, there we go. That's the campsite. I forgot what it's called. I've just been in doing the reception bit. I meant to look at the name of what this site is actually called, and I forgot to look. Anyway.
But you can find it just by looking for the National Trust campsite, Snowdonia.
Yes, it's the National Trust campsite. So here we go, back into camp. Still smouldering away. We've got some just in case we have to put it back in. We've got plenty of embers going on. So I'm just gonna unhook it all and let's before I start messing about, let's check it. There's no pressure in there. Oh, a little bit. Let's try that one. Pressure's gone. That's cool. Right. Now then. Okay. Release the chain. Hold it down.
It's got stuck.
There we go. Unhook it. Just quick one last go. Make sure I don't hook this. There we go. So release the clamp. Get the other glove.
Oh, it's smelling pretty good.
It does smell really good, doesn't it? And it's just such a simple. I forgot to put the. I like to put barley in it, and I forgot. Never mind. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's very, very stuck. Okay. Definitely no pressure in that. Oh, give it a twist, give it a twist. No. We're jammed. We are jammed. Let's give it a knock. I saw some steam come out the side then when I knocked it. Ah, there we go. There you go. How to do that? Piece of wood. Just give it a look. Oh, do you smell that? Did you smell that? Oh, that's gorgeous. Let's have a look. Oh wow.
Oh.
I wasn't sure. Do you know what? That cooked even quicker than I thought it was. That is cooked. It just needs thickening up a little bit, doesn't it? That meat looks very tender. Let's find a spoon. Got a spoon? Have you got anything?
Hang on a second.
Need a fork.
Need a fork.
Right, there we go. Let's give it a... Need a fork just to see how well the veg is cooked. Now, I fancy thickening that up myself. And does it need a bit longer? I won't know until we've got a fork. I'm going to spoon a bit out and get a fork. Just have a taste of it. We got a small spoon there. Got a small spoon. There we go. Right, hold that a second. Hold that a second. Let's have a look. Let's just get some of the juices. Let's have a look. See what we need to add, if we need to add anything. No. That's good. That's good. Get a little piece of meat. Oh, we've got a carrot there. A little piece of meat. Carrot. Can we get away with this? Oh, that was so tender. I think we're cooked. Oh wow. Oh, I'm getting the juices everywhere. Try the carrot. Oh, soft. Oh god. Got loads of flavour in that carrot. I mean, I could have put dumplings in there. Been really good. I might just get a bit of flour. I'm not going to put it back on the it's well and truly cooked. I'm just going to get a bit of flour. I've only got bread flour with me, unfortunately. So I'm just going to get the oboe stove. I'm going to leave that lid off. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. The smell is amazing, and it's such a simple... Got a nice little kick from that harissa as well. Not too much, but it's nice. It's just there. It's seasoning's great. With just a bit of salt and that oxo cube we put in. Yeah, I'm gonna get the oboe stove out because this is pretty much gone out. I'm just gonna get a bit of flour, bring it up to sort of a boil, just to thicken it up a bit. Okay, see you in a minute. What are you up to? Do you know, I just nipped in the tent for a second to get the hobo stove, and there she is, straight in there, munching. Is it good? You like? Yeah?
Really good.
I know it's good because I just tasted it. Right. Hobo stove. It's part of the Kelly Kettle set. There you go. The little thing that goes on the top. Cool little piece of kit. But I'm going to show you how that works as well. I'm just going to get a bit of kindling burning in it so we can thicken up this stew, I suppose you call it. It's pretty good though. Samantha seems to think so. Right, here we go. See you in a bit. Right, I did go for flour, but when I went in the bag that the flour's normally in, I found some instant gravy granules. Now, a couple of sprinkles, I don't want too much because the flavour's really good, but it will thicken it up. I'm just sprinkle a bit of that in. There we go. Just a bit. Going down. Keep these midges out. Let's give it a good stir. Oh yeah. Now, it's an 8 litre pot. That's easily going to feed the two of us. Now, you could feed 6 people out of this, and we've got a few dumplings in there as well. I mean that, oh yeah. Oh, that meat is just so, I mean, they say an hour. And I didn't have it right in the fire, I had it just above the fire. Not that much wood to cook it, pretty cool. And I've cooked my spuds as well. I've got my jacket potatoes in the bottom there, which I'm just gonna have this right at the moment. That looks like a great meal. Oh yes. Nice and thickening up, just that tiny bit of gravy powder. I don't want it really thick, I might dip some bread in it, you know. Ooh, there's another one. Cooking bread on a campfire. Look video. Anyway, if you like what you've seen and you like this place, I will include the name of this place in the description of the below. I put down where I bought this from in Lithuania. Like I say, it took a week to come. Postage was 30 quid, but it was a fraction of the price of what I could find it in this country. And this is my first meal in it. I kept it simple, no messing about. I just thought, well, what do people like when they're camping? You know, loads of people. I took 10 people in one go camping, and I ended up doing all the cooking, which gets hard work. But this is cool. Love it. So if you like what you're seeing, please smash that like button. Subscribe if you want to. Obviously I'm going to make lots more videos like this. I'm in great places, amazing places, you know. So subscribe. Please leave a comment if you like the video. I can't improve if nobody comments. And if you don't like the video, comment anyway to tell me what I can improve on. But please keep the comments civil. You know, don't want any, you know, just keep it nice. So feel the vibe. Peace out. See you next time.